So, the 04 War. Are you Raw? Are you Smackdown? Hashtag Team Raw, hashtag Team Smackdown. Let's find out who's going to make the perfect start. Now, remember the rules. Whoever wins the most weeks leading into the pay-per-view gets that pay-per-view either main event or, as it will be for the first month, the Royal Rumble winner. Let's start strong. Let's go.
Everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. And anyone should tell me where will I find? 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 04 War. It is me versus Stuart Irvine in a booking battle right here on Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. It's WWE 2004. We start on the first week of January. We've drafted our rosters. If you missed that, go back and watch it. But today we do our first shows, a first Monday Night Raw and a first Smackdown. And it is going to be very interesting. I've got some hopefully interesting plans, and I know Stuart has. It's going to be tough to beat him, but we're going to give it our very, very best shot. We're building for the future. He's got some talent right now, to be fair. I'm not making excuses already. Monday Night Raw first then. And what's going to happen with the fact that the former United States champion Big Show is no longer US champion? Let's go find out. Okay, welcome everyone. The first Monday Night Raw, that's a heck of a start, kicks off with the McMahons in the ring. Vincent Kennedy, Shane, and Stephanie Hunter McMahon are in the ring. Vince says, look, this is a new chapter, so welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw, as you'd expect. He challenges stars to rise up, take control of that spotlight. And this is, in a way, a little bit of a nod to the Ruthless Aggression promo, where he's in a similar way, he's saying, look, this is a new start. There is opportunities here for these young talents. Yes, I'm thinking the likes of Batista and John Cena and Rey Mysterio, amongst others. Vince obviously doesn't say that, I'm saying that. So he challenges them to take control of the spotlight. They announced over the next few weeks there will be a number of Royal Rumble qualifying matches to make sure the best of this brand get the best opportunities. Before they can go any further though, Stu, we hear, well, it's the Big Show, because the Big Show comes out. Now, the Big Show has been done dirty. We were just saying it on stream. The Big Show has been done a little bit dirty by this draft. He was United States champion. He's been stripped of the United States Championship due to the rules of the draft because of his come over to Monday Night Raw, which Stuart will build on in a little bit. But the Big Show's very much not happy. He's complaining. He says, it's not fair. It's not right. You don't do this to a star like the Big Show. And Vince, he says, look, I agree. It's not fair. It's not fair to you. Unfortunately, it's the way it is. But that's okay, because tonight you'll get another opportunity. Tonight you could become Intercontinental Champion. Tonight in the main event, it's the Big Show versus Randy Orton. Stu, that's a big segment rating, by the way.
Oh yeah, 85. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when you've got all three of them bands and Big Show, I mean, Big Show was quite big back then.
I mean, it's always been quite big.
Yeah, but in the sense of like star power, it's actually quite like, I think it's the best. Could be the best he was ever booked around about this time. So
potentially.
But yeah, 85, good start, man. It's good.
Start. Right, before we go to the first match, we're going to have special entrance for the first match, for the first Royal Rumble qualifying match. John Cena raps his way down to the ring because it's John Cena. I'm not doing the rap, for the record. I'm not doing it. But 73, that's pretty good from John Cena. He benefited from being the flavour of the month. I've never seen that before.
That's a new thing, isn't it? It's a bit weird.
I like it, though. I'll take it. So it's John Cena versus Shannon Moore in a Royal Rumble qualifier. And of course, John Cena wins for 59. Not bad here. So this is the thing with this save. Particularly on Raw, I don't know what it's going to be like on Smackdown because he has a bit more wrestling talent. But the in-ring stuff isn't what's going to carry this show. It's going to be the segments. So that's not bad, I don't think. 66 from Cena, that's something to build on.
Yeah, it was. Well, we see it looks like in some ways he did kind of carry the match if you look at the score rating. But yeah.
Shannon Moore 45. 8 minutes. FU. John Cena qualifies for the Royal Rumble. It's an obvious one, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, they're going to go to a backstage segment. Shane McMahon is approached by Rey Mysterio for a 57 rated segment. Rey says, listen, I want to be a fighting champion. I want to defend this championship and make this division the thing on this brand. And Shane says, brilliant, great idea. So next week you will defend your title. Against who though? Let's find out, because tonight there's going to be a fatal four-way. It is Matt Hardy versus Billy Kidman versus Chavo Guerrero versus Jamie Noble, and the winner gets a cruiserweight title opportunity next week. Let's make the matches mean something, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. APA cut a backstage promo for 55. The Acolyte Protection Agency talk about the fact that they are the two toughest men on this brand. That's what they claim they are, the biggest badasses on this brand. Who's going to argue with them, to be fair? Because they are pretty much badasses. It's basically just a promo to let new viewers, which is, in theory, a jumping off point now, viewers, this is what the APA are about, right? And let's show that in a match. Royal Rumble qualifier, APA versus, well, Akio and Tajiri, who are, they are a tag team, I forgot the name, an APA win inside in just over 4 minutes. 56. This isn't bad either. Bradshaw's putting a 70, by the way.
That gives you hope for...
Well, it may do. It may do, Stu, we'll see. Ron Simmons, 49. Tajiri, 62. Akio, 32. Tajiri putting in a 62 is really good as well, because we did make this a brawling matchup.
Look at the booking details. But again, Tajiri's like, I would say, underrated. I think he's better than people give him credit for. So hopefully the scoring system on this, or the ratings and stuff and all that, reflect that. Mm-hmm. And it kind of does. So, yeah, not surprised it's done. 56, pretty good.
It's a wild brawl because we have to have like a wild brawl or something in every show. So let's see how we can make that work. APA were the obvious ones once we started going through. So Bradshaw pins Akio with a power bomb, and the APA have qualified for the Royal Rumble. They joined John Cena in the Rumble match. Right, what's the WWE Champion up to though? What's Mr. Brock Lesnar going to do on Monday Night Raw? So we go to a backstage 61. That's not a good start for a WWE title storyline, but it's okay. We'll move on. Brock is backstage having a bit of fun as the nasty heel that he is. Having a bit of fun with Maven. He's bullying him, if we're honest. He's pushing him around, he's bullying him. Maven tries to fight back in a way. They're not brawling as such. This is just Brock intimidating Maven. And Brock says, oh, you think you're a big man then? Oh, come on then. Let's go and deal with that out there. And Brock challenges Maven to a match right now. They both leave the scene, and we pan to the Hurricane and to Rosie. The superheroes, as we will call them. And Hurricane says to Rosie, I believe we have a new darkness, a new villain on our hands. I wonder who's going to stop him. And the two end the scene just staring intently towards where Brock Lesnar was.
I'm intrigued to see where this goes.
Oh, yes.
I'll be honest. And I've got a feeling you're going to have to sell this one quite hard.
Now, let's be honest, people. I want to know in the comment section as well. How many of you that have watched all my videos went, you know what? He's going to take it seriously, this WWE title match at the Royal Rumble. He's going to do Brock versus, I don't know, Booker T or John Cena. We'll see. 61. Right, Booker T, though, cut a promo on Rob. Wow. Booker T promo, 74 on Rob Conway. Very good. He is facing Rob Conway in a Royal Rumble qualifier tonight. Sorry, Stu. He says he's going to win tonight. He's going to win the Royal Rumble. And at WrestleMania, he will get redemption. Because at WrestleMania 19, it didn't quite go Booker T's way.
Well, everyone knows that should have been a Booker T's victory. But
so Booker says he's going to win the Rumble and get redemption. We'll see on that one.
It's only 4 though, but damn, that's good. But there's been no surprise. He's really over in 2004, so no surprise there.
Right, let's go to the match then that we just set up. It's Brock Lesnar versus Maven. And Maven gets an ass kicking. 80 though, Brock's carried it big time. Brock put on a 92 here.
Not surprised there. Brock was on fire.
The Brock lock gets the win. I forgot about that.
What was that? What was that?
It was just a really bad submission. Maven put in a 45. Brock won comfortably to the point that it just says extremely short match because it was that short.
That's probably why I got a better. That's probably why I got a better range.
It probably did help it. So yeah, Brock defeats Maven. After the match, he continues to have some fun with him. F5 to Maven. He picks him up for another one. When look out, there's a hurricane coming through. The hurricane runs down to the ring to save the day, right? To save the day.
Well, he's a superhero.
So Brock Lesnar hits him with the F5.
Oh, bummer.
Brock Lesnar laughs at the hurricane, who is slowly crawling back to his feet. So Brock Lesnar hits him with another F5. Brock Lesnar starts to leave the ring, chuckling to himself about what he's done tonight. He's had some fun. When he looks back to see that the hurricane is pulled himself up on the ropes and he's pointing at Brock Lesnar and telling Brock Lesnar that he will stop him. So Brock Lesnar goes back, hits another F5, locks in a triangle choke and makes the hurricane tap out before washing his hands of it and walking away. Brock Lesnar, he may have been having fun tonight, but Brock Lesnar is not. He's not up for your bullshit tonight, Hurricane, basically, is what he's just said there. 57 isn't terrible considering we got Maven and the Hurricane involved.
Very true. Yeah, but I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word.
Hurricane, look, Hurricane, we'll see. Right. Okay, video package time. Because there is a man that's not on the show tonight, but he is here next week. Goldberg comes to Monday nights next week, so we'll hype it a little bit for 69. That's a little low, to be honest. But we'll go to a backstage promo. Shawn Michaels cuts a promo on Matt Morgan, who really brings the segment down, but it's okay. We're building stars. Shawn is interviewed by Mean Gene Okerlund, who will be the interviewer on Monday Night Raw because I am making it happen. Shawn is asked about his qualifying matchup next week against Matt Morgan when Morgan comes in to the scene. And Morgan says, look, you may think you're the big shot of this brand, but I'm ready to prove a point. The two men start to argue. They get into a brawl. It's quickly broken up. Shawn Michaels, Matt Morgan next week on Raw. Just to hype it, Stu. Just to hype it.
Well, luckily this is not the hype bros or anything era. So we don't need any of that kind of hype. So, but yeah, that's the job. I mean, 66 you expect better with Shawn, but he said Matt Morgan's in there, so
yeah, it is what
that's fine. Still good.
Okay, next up we'll go back to Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon is approached by Evolution, Ric Flair, Batista, and Randy Orton, and Orton is not happy. Randy Orton says it is wrong that he has to defend his Intercontinental Championship tonight. What, just because you screwed the Big Show over with your draft picks, I have to suffer? That ain't right. No, I'm not doing it. It's not happening. When in walked the APA, buoyed off a win earlier. They are high as a kite, not like that. And Bradshaw says to Shane McMahon, says, look, I don't get it. I question whether a man like Randy Orton, a weak man, who's scared of challenges, should he be a champion on this brand? Should he be a guy you're proud of? Really? Orton gets face to face with Bradshaw and basically says he will destroy Bradshaw whenever he wants. He's that damn good. He is Randy Orton. And Shane McMahon says, you know what? I'd like to see that. And Shane makes a change to the main event tonight. Bradshaw is added to the main event. It's Orton, Bradshaw and Big Show for the Intercontinental title. Ron Simmons is just sort of in the background of this because Ron Simmons does not want a singles career at this point in his career, I'd say.
I mean, you're missing out an opportunity of him going, damn. But I mean,
he could go down at the end. Yeah, fine. Thanks, Stu. He could do. He goes down. There you go. You're welcome, people.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know we're rivals, but, nice. I am nice sometimes to give you a couple of ideas. So,
Chavo Guerrero's backstage getting ready for the fatal four-way. He's warming up when in walks Rey Mysterio. These two, it's sort of known that they're friends at this point. They're both baby faces in the Cruiserweight division. And Rey says, good luck. And Chavo says, I don't need luck. I am Chavo Guerrero. I'm confident. I'll see you next week. Chavo making it clear that he is going to win tonight. We'll see about that. Right, back to in-ring action. Evolution get a win over Paul London and Spanky. Brian Kendrick. 78 is very good. Ric Flair carries it with an 82.
Why is Flair getting an 82 in 2004?
He was still great in 2004. Okay, all right. He's good. Don't jump on Ric Flair. Well,
just all defensive. Okay,
Spanky did bring it down with a 48. Batista 65 though. Again, like what I'm saying with John Cena. That's something we can work with, Batista. There, we can build that. We can build it, and they will come. Paul London 61, really good performance. Spanky and London showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Is that something we may see in the future? Maybe. This was a Royal Rumble qualifying match, by the way. So Batista and Flair are in the Rumble. Batista got a bonus for being an amazing heel, apparently. Good. 78. Good stuff.
That's just really nice.
Really nice. I'm quite pleased with that. Afterwards, 74, Ric Flair cuts a promo and he just hypes Batista up, basically. He says, this man is a machine. He's an animal. He is unstoppable. Nobody can stop him. This man is going to win the Royal Rumble. 74. I know Flair wants to win the Rumble as well, but at this point in theory, let's just hype Batista up as much as we can. Matt Hardy makes his entrance for the Fatal 4-Way, and it's time for a Matt Fact. That's right, Matt Fact for version 1, Matt Hardy. Did you know that Matt Hardy created Cruiserweight Wrestling?
Did not know that.
Now you know.
I did not know that. It's amazing what you learn sometimes, isn't it?
I know.
It's amazing.
So, who is going to go on to face Rey Mysterio next week for the Cruiserweight Championship? Will it be Matt Hardy? Will it be Billy Kidman? Will it be Jamie Noble? Will it be Chavo Guerrero? The Fatal 4-Way's next. Your winner and new number 1 contender, Matt Hardy version 1. That may surprise a few. 67, that's pretty good for the Cruiserweight division, you know. Matt and Chavo really carry it. Chavo big time, but that's pretty good. I'm pleased with that. They couldn't have a lot of time, only about 9 minutes. Matt Hardy pins Jamie Noble. After Chavo Guerrero had the match won, Matt Hardy runs in, throws him out, steals the pin in a heel fashion. Next week, Matt Hardy versus Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight title. In a WrestleMania rematch, technically.
Was it? I can't remember.
They had a match at WrestleMania 19, didn't they? For the Cruiserweight title.
I think so. I haven't watched 19 in a long time.
I think that's when Ray won the title. I don't know if he held it that long, but we'll see. So yeah, Matt versus Ray next week. That works for me. 67, pretty good. Rey Mysterio comes out for a face-to-face with Matt Hardy. After that, gets right in Matt Hardy's face. But we're going to pan the camera cleverly so that in the background you can see looking on sad and disappointed and frustrated Chavo Guerrero. I'm saying nothing. 71. Good segment there, to be fair. Okay, Stu, I think you're going to like this one. We're going to go backstage to Orlando Jordan and Spike Dudley. We've got to use them, right? So let's do it. Gene Oakland comes up and says, so Orlando, I just wanted to get a word. I just wanted to get your feelings to what's just been announced. That next week it will be you in a Royal Rumble qualifier. And Orlando's like, really? Wow, great. Yes, I've been waiting for this opportunity. I am gonna do this. I am gonna win. I am going to qualify for the Royal Rumble. Who am I facing? And Gene goes, Kane. And the happiness disappears from Orlando Jordan's face because he realizes he's got to deal with the big red machine, the monster, the unmasked monster, Kane.
I mean, I would be too, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't be happy. I'd say that much. I would not be happy. So next week, Kane versus Orlando Jordan.
So you say you wouldn't be terrified?
I would be absolutely shitting myself. Right. Royal Rumble qualifier this week, though, it's Booker T versus Rob Conway. And Booker T is in the Rumble, you damn right. 68. Conway brought it down. Apparently Jerry Lawler and Taz really clashed for this one. They hadn't all night, so I don't know what the difference is. 76 from Booker, though, really tried to carry it. 76. Pretty good from him, and another big start into the Royal Rumble. I am packing this Rumble with my stars, Stu. I hope you look at doing the same, mate.
Well, Yeah, possibly. You'll find out. I've got some plans. We'll find out. We'll find out in the next segment. We'll find out soon enough.
Okay, Kane is in the qualifying match next week, but this week we went to a video package. We see lots of Kane causing mayhem and causing pain to people since being unmasked. Eerie music plays over the top, and a voice. A distorted voice. We can't hear what this voice is, but what we do hear is what they say. They say, Kane, you have done this. You have caused all this pain. You have caused all this abuse. And why? Why? Because you've been exposed? Are you ashamed, Kane? You should be ashamed, Kane. You're better than this, Kane. That's it. It's leading somewhere.
Okay.
But that's it.
I'm intrigued.
Okay. Right. We're approaching main event time. A couple of segments beforehand. Matt Hardy approaches Shannon Moore in the backstage area. Shannon Moore, of course, lost to John Cena tonight. Matt Hardy won the Fatal 4-Way. Matt says, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, if we get the band back together, you might get the success that Matt Hardy version 1 currently has. Maybe. We'll see.
Well, to be fair, it kind of worked, like back in the day. So
it did. So we'll see if we go there again.
Yeah.
Okay, just for the main event, Randy Orton cuts a promo on Bradshaw for 68. Orton says that Bradshaw has stuck his nose in Evolution's business, but it's okay. Because tonight is the night that Randy Orton proved they didn't need anyone. He didn't need anyone. It's because tonight Randy Orton proves it is his time to rule Evolution and rule Monday Night Raw. A little bit of a dig at Triple H. We've got to get it in there. We'll explain more next week. Okay. I don't know what Stu's planning with Triple H. He may absolutely destroy Randy Orton on Smackdown, but we'll see. Right, main event then. It's for the Intercontinental Championship. We start big in the main event of Monday Night Raw this week. And will Big Show get a title back? Will Bradshaw break out and win a championship? Or will Randy Orton successfully retain? Your winner and still Intercontinental Champion Randall Keith. The match is a little low actually, 69. Orton only put in 66. I kind of expected better from Orton at the start of 04. He's better than that to me, but it is what it is. We'll build him up. Big Show 74, Bradshaw 67. Orton pins the Big Show with an RKO. He doesn't pin Bradshaw. He doesn't beat Bradshaw. You know, as he said he would destroy Bradshaw?
Yeah.
He hasn't.
I mean, could it be because of the opposition? Like, maybe his kind of doesn't work for like Big Show and Bradshaw.
Maybe. We'll see. I think that's probably Orton's popularity, to be fair. We've got to build him up a bit. But putting him in main events, in big title matches, is how we're going to do it. Getting him wins over someone like the Big Show is how we're going to do it. It's a building block. Hopefully it hasn't affected the show too much. I don't know what we're going to get. It's a completely new thing, but let's see if we're going to win week 1. Because we need a good score here. The show gets, the first Monday Night Raw gets 76. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
That is pretty good. Helped massively by the fact that I've got the McMahons in that segment. I need to get the McMahons in more segments because without that, I think I get a 69-70 best.
Yeah. Well, so if you get one or two. Okay, cool.
I think you may still win week 1 though, because I think you've got talent. If you use them right, we'll see. We lost popularity in 11 region, but gained in 20. Whatever, we'll deal with that. 76. That's how we start. Let's see what Stu can bounce back with, shall we? Here is Smackdown then. Stu, I'm going to let you take over. We open with an interesting segment.
So basically obviously we've all seen your one, very similar, very like, you know, the authority figures starting off the show. Obviously you took all the McMahons, so I had to I got Linda McMahon, but for what I'm working on here, I think it works. Basically she comes out and she's basically saying, okay, it's similar, new era of SmackDown, you know. So for that new era, we need a new GM. And she can think of nobody better, but of course someone that she knows very well and knows would do a great job. Of course, she's talking about the hardcore legend in Mick Foley. And then big cheer, Mick Foley comes out and does the Mick Foley tropes, all the stuff like, I'm happy to be in Madison Square Garden, that kind of stuff, and kind of addresses the United States Championship situation, because obviously, as you did on yours, it's a vacant title now. So with this, he's going to he comes out and announces a United States Championship tournament eliminator, and you have was it 8 competitors in that kind of tournament. I think should I name all of them?
Name them. Get them in.
Okay. So here we go. We've got Shelton Benjamin's in this. He says we've got Landstorm, we've got Eddie Guerrero, we've got Christian, we've got Chris Jericho, we've got Rikishi, we've got Landstorm. I've named all of them.
You got one more.
What's the other one? Rob Van Dam.
Van Dam. Oh, it's such a good tournament to do. I'm a little worried. Mick Jeb makes sense as well.
Well, to be fair, I like tournaments, so it's my thing. So, but yes, and obviously then he says, okay, so to start off this show, we're going to kick it off with one of the first quarterfinal matches, and of course that is the next match we're going to talk about.
It is 69 though, a little bit off. I thought Mick might do better, but maybe he'll build it up. So Shelton versus Landstorm next. Then Stu, who's going through to the semi-final? I'll let you build it up, and I'll press next.
Okay, I've got it. Nick, your gimmick. Okay, so the winner of this match between Shelton Benjamin and Landstorm is Shelton Benjamin. That's I think 60. I think that's pretty good rating, to be fair.
You know what? It is. I'll just jump in. It is, because if you look at the in-ring performances, 63 from Shelton, 62 from Lance. Something boosted it to 68, which if we look, might have been the hot crowd. It may have been the flavour of the month. It also may have been the agent work of Pat Patterson. So these two, in this particular setting, tonight, just worked. It worked really well. So
I thought it would, because again, it's like style wise it makes sense, right? Shelton Benjamin's the kind of high flyer kind of thing. Landstorm's kind of ground and pound. Put that together, in theory, it should work, and in the case it kind of did. So
I mean, if you put it in perspective, it's what, 3.25 stars, nearly 3.5 stars match. It's probably about what you'd expect for these guys for 12 minutes. So
it's for what I wanted them to do. That's why I'm quite happy with that one. Cool. Very happy.
Shelton's into the semi-finals. Moving on.
Ooh, good. Liking that. But no surprise there. Obviously, this one was obviously after Mick's come. His new GM. He's goes finds his office. He's just about to get settled in, and surprised to no one, we got the ultimate door breaker and the annoyer, that is Triple H. Breaks into the office. Storms into the office asking, why didn't you mention me? Trying to get on Mick Foley's good side for some because now obviously he's by himself. No evolution. So we're going to kind of play up on the a bit more. He's a bit more paranoid, and he's a bit more kind of, wanting to, he wants to get more on the good side of authority so he can get favourable outcomes. So, Mick Foley is saying, you won't be able to get away with that here on SmackDown. That kind of stuff won't fly like it did on Raw. You're going to be a fighting champion, and you're going to defend against all comers. And then, by pure coincidence, guess who walks through the door? Kurt Angle comes in, obviously just coming in to congratulate Mick Foley for winning. For getting the GM role, and saying you're not the top dog here anymore. I am, and if you face me in the ring, I'll prove it. And then Mick Foley comes out with an interesting main event for obviously no spoilers to no one. Obviously, it's going to be a tag team match between Triple H in one corner, Kurt Angle in the other, and they both got to go out and pick their partners. And if Triple H wins, Kurt Angle won't get a shot at the world title in the next year or ever since he's champion. But if Kurt Angle wins, he gets a shot at his title at Royal Rumble. And that's end of segment now.
I like it. I do like it. I love these storyline tropes. The storylines that go through a show, if that makes sense, like this. I love that sort of stuff. So that's pretty good. 83, pretty good as well. We're gonna have to change that because apparently Ric Flair was there.
Oh yeah, but that's
we'll change that. That's an error, but we'll change it. The women's champion is in the ring for a promo.
Yes, basically, as obviously I picked her at number 2 or 3 or my
number 2. He picked her at number 2, by the way. Jeez, I'm still flabbergasted. Carry on.
But basically, from whatever, she kind of brings that up, bringing a storyline. Yeah, it must obviously they picked me at number 2. I'm not, but no one on that roster can beat me. Of course, I've got the GM was going to pick me. So tonight or next, I'm going to prove it. Why I'm the best women's wrestler around, and then move on to the next match.
The match itself, 57, decent promo from Molly Holly actually. The match itself, then Molly Holly versus Victoria.
And
that's not bad either.
Yeah, I mean for what it was. But yeah, basically it's again the match. After the match, obviously at first I kind of like the idea of Molly Holly winning by just by the won it clean. But then after the match, you've got Molly Holly taking out Victoria's leg with a steel chair, going very intense, that kind of stuff. Obviously that'll bring up a next bit there, but that's the kind of I feel like with the women's division, I think the reason I picked them is because I think I can make a pretty good division.
You got to build them up. We know that, but this is a good way to do it. Molly Holly showing her character tropes as well to win the match with the ropes. I like that. 45, not bad. Post-match segment now. Let's see what that does. 50. Okay, not bad either.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't expecting to be the high ratings, was it?
No.
It is. But I think this could be a long-term thing, because obviously I wanted it with the smash of the with the steel chairs. Like, shows her as being she's very conniving, and also she's vicious. Mm-hmm. And I think Molly Holly at this time could pull that kind of character trope off
for sure.
And obviously with that, again, with the Victoria's, and also Trish Stratus has got a reason to really want to take out Molly Holly. So I think it's a good motivator for Trish Stratus, basically.
So just so we're aware, Molly Holly takes out Victoria's leg with a chair. Trish comes out. They start to brawl, right? It's the idea?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good sort of women's stuff. We're now going to go to a heck of a match. Stu, I'm not going to press next yet because this is a heck of a match. This is in the United States Championship Tournament Eliminator, right? Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Jericho. This could be very good.
I'm hoping this does well, because obviously we've got two great wrestlers here. So let's not beat around the bush. I guess you want to know who the winner is.
Who's going to go through to the semi-final? I'll press next.
The winner, and who's going to go in the semi-final of the United States Championship Tournament Eliminator is Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero.
What's happened here? So, look, in-ring performance of 90 from Eddie, 86 from Jericho. We've got a 79. It's said about the announcing. Low storyline Heat because we've just started it, admittedly. I think that's a bit harsh. That's what's brought it down, but because it's quite early.
But to be fair, that's not really fair in the sense of it's stuff. Of course, it's going to be new, but
it's just the way the game works. But still, it is 79. Good match indeed. I think that's the best match of the week so far. Am I right? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, obviously, it's very early on, so. But I just thought you got to have, when you come to a tournament like that, you got to have some sort of highlight. One or two big matches. So, and but yeah, you could sit there and say put this as the main event, but I think it's nice to put it in the middle to prove, what SmackDown is. So yeah, I think obviously I would like to get like an 80 or something, but that's not the worst. 79, I'm happy with that.
I think that's very good. Very good. Right. Eddie beats Chris Jericho. Did you talk for the finish there?
Yeah, basically. Well, on that it's a foreign object, but I like the idea of this is basically Eddie. He's going to find a way to lie, cheating, stealing, isn't he? He's going to try and con the ref. He's going to sit there and say he's bringing chairs, all that kind of stuff. Jericho gets distracted. We get a nice roll up by Eddie. Like that's even do a thing where he holds onto the tights just because Eddie Guerrero's the only wrestler that can cheat and still be a face. So, and obviously after obviously Eddie gets the win, Jericho's pissed, and that sets up a thing sort of down the line. But yeah, basically it's like he cheated, and he won, but he's the good guy. So that's what I'm kind of going for. But yeah, I think it's
a traditional Eddie Guerrero finish. Good match. I think it's the best match of the week, to be fair. I need to look back on it, but pretty good. Jericho must be pissed as hell for sure. But we'll go backstage.
It's not bad actually. 52. Obviously, you got I did draft the Basham.
He did the world's greatest tag team in a way.
Yeah. Well, by definition, they got the titles anyway. But no. But obviously, with this, I know it took us a while. None of us wanted the Basham. This sounds really harsh, but I never liked their gimmick anyway. But I think when they're the champions, so I've got to put them against some of the high profile. So I put them against the Dudleys. When I got the Dudleys, I was pretty happy with that. So this whole thing backstage is basically you got the Bashers walking backstage, and then you got the basically Dudley boys confronting them, saying like, "What has happened to the tag team division?" Back in the day, we were like, we had the best tag team in the division around, and then now you're the champions. That kind of stuff. Then the Bashams are kind of really not happy with this.
Obviously, they'd be angry, wouldn't they?
So, like, I think for me, it's like I don't know if I've put stupid off like to put Shaniqua if they're still with them, because obviously I feel like they do.
I don't know, but let's say she is.
Yeah, so but let's sit there and say, okay, she comes up with an idea. So let's do a situation like, because I like an idea where the heels come up with an idea, but it looks like it's in their favour, but it isn't.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of basically she comes up with an idea saying, if the Dudley boys beat both of them in singles matches, they get a shot at the tag titles. But if the Bashams just win one, they don't get a title shot for it yet.
Okay.
Type thing.
I mean, I like it. Obviously, the Dudleys will say yes to that. I like it because you're making the matches mean something, and that's the main thing here. We'll continue with the backstage segments in the women's division this time.
So next one we've got obviously after Victoria's vicious attack by getting viciously attacked by Molly Holly, we've got a bit where she gets put into the ambulance, and obviously Lita being the concerned babyface, of course she's going to be there trying to help. And then you've got Jazz and Gail Kim. I'm going to kind of put them as kind of friends, put them together.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool. Basically,
so Jazz and Gail Kim are the heels here. Victoria and Lita are the faces.
Yeah. So and then you've obviously got them. Jazz and Gail Kim kind of smirking, saying, well, she deserved it. She deserved what she gets, that kind of stuff, right. Being dickish heels, as you expect. But obviously Lita does not like this, doesn't like the actions of Molly Holly either. And so basically like a brawl comes in together, and obviously the usual brawl between always three of these women, and then obviously you've got to break them up type thing. And I think that kind of would maybe start like a mini kind of feud between these four, or these three at the time anyway. Sure. So I think 52, I still think that's I think that they're getting not bad ratings, I think.
No, not at all, pretty good. Okay. Next segment, Triple H announces he asked someone to be his tag team partner. Who's the guy, Stu? Who's the guy?
Well, to be fair to, I mean, it could work, because I think Triple H is very good at manipulating people, and so obviously his partner will be Christian.
I did press it. It did work.
Yeah, it did.
There we go.
81. I like it.
Good stuff.
But basically, it's like Triple H. Obviously, at this point, Christian's very he's very easily manipulated, if you know what I mean. It's like sitting there trying to big up Christian, Triple H, trying to big him up, saying, "Do you want someone like Kurt Angle, being in charge, putting down people like you, that kind of stuff?" So Christian's big, kind of goes at you like, "Yeah, I don't like Kurt Angle. Who does he think he is?" He's like, "Well, if you team with me tonight, we can take him out once and for all." So Christian says he agrees, and he's his tag team partner.
Triple H and Christian on one side then. Let's go back to in-ring action. It's Danny Basham versus Bubba Ray. Here we go. Wild brawl. Oh, yes, 58.
I'm happy.
Really good.
I was worried that would get a bad score. I was really worried, because it's obviously the tag teams, you put them in a single match, that's mad. But I think
Bubba Ray and Dudley had great chemistry, which helped. Shanika was at ringside for the record, so she's there. And the cutter gets the win for Bubba Ray.
I mean, I put the Bubba bomb, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, basically, so that means going into next week's that the Dudleys are 1-0 up. So can the Bashams come back next week? We'll find out. Indeed.
Next week then, you've got some big matches. Rene Dupree versus Rob Van Dam in the United States Tournament Eliminator. That's a mesh of styles, I'll give you that. I'll announce the other ones for you as we go along. Here we go. Rikishi versus Christian. That's too cool. That is too cool. And then the one you just mentioned, obviously, is Devon versus Doug next week. So 3 big matches for next week, to be fair. And that's not all, is it?
No, obviously.
We'll get to it, though. We'll get to it.
Yeah. So next, obviously, we've got next segment. We've obviously got Kurt Angle. We've got Kurt Angle. Well, doesn't matter. We're not going to big this one up.
But look at the segment rating, a 90. Wow.
Nice. But yeah, basically, it's like the same. It's kind of kind of the same thing. Kind of Triple H going to Christian, but to RVD and something like not trying to manipulate him, but saying like you don't want Triple H. We saw what he done on Raw. We saw what he did. You know, kind of all about him. But on SmackDown, that's not how it works. You're the future of this brand, and you don't want Triple H to take over. So if you join me tonight, we can teach Triple H a lesson. And Rob Van Dam's like, yeah, sure, man. Well, you know, and he's very chill out version. So basically sets up the match tonight.
Cool. So it's Kurt Angle and Van Dam against Triple H and Christian in the main event. But just before we get there, you got one more segment.
Yes, well, obviously we got, was it Mick Foley? Obviously after he has to kind of, his interview kind of, to address the kind of actions of Molly Holly. Obviously she's taken out wrestlers. She's uncontrolled. She shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. So to lay the law down on his first night on the job, he suspends the Molly Holly for 2 weeks and is fined. I won't put the price because I never understood that in wrestling anyway. But and obviously he announces that the tension around this locker, the women's locker room, he's let's take that aggression and make it into something that's decent. Is that next week we're going to have a battle royale, and the winner will go against the women's champion at Royal Rumble. And so I thought I'd have a battle royal. Why not?
Good shout. Get them all involved. Get everyone involved. Good stuff. Right, main event time then. Triple H and Christian versus Kurt Angle and Van Dam. Will Kurt seal a title opportunity, or will he never fight for the title again? Basically, here we go.
A2, I'm happy for that.
That's not bad because Christian's the 68 in it. You got to remember Christian, but the big guys have put in good performances there. Kurt 95, Triple H 90, Van Dam 82 as well.
I mean, to be fair, it's like Christian it's not the Christian we know of in 2004, so he's not there. But again, I rate him. I know Vince did, but I do. So, but
Talk me through the finish.
Basically, what I was thinking of is, I know, again, controversy that the champion taps on his first night on a brand. But, again, when I put that stipulation, it was only going to be one winner with the whole... I like the idea of basically, like, okay, Triple H is paranoid, as I said. The guy's like, he's by himself now. He hasn't got his buddies to help him out. So, in this situation, I like the idea of basically... He's good, but without his goons, he's kind of like he's lacking quite a little bit of confidence.
Guessing himself, I like that. Yeah.
So I like the idea of like Kurt, like he was trying trying to cheat, he's trying to get the ref, he's trying to do all that stuff that you expect a heel to do, but it didn't work for Kurt Angle. And obviously, as you said there, he tapped to the ankle lock to Kurt Angle. But I like the story of the idea because that if we did a segment in 2 and 4 and Triple H tapped out.
Yeah,
he would get furious every time they go out, and everyone would chant, "You tapped out, tapped out," and he would he would get furious. So that's why I did it. I didn't do it because I want to stick it to Triple H. I did it because I think there's a good storyline there of like Triple H is getting really paranoid. He's like really like his confidence because he's lost everything basically.
For sure,
or everything he's built is now lost because of one draft. So so that's finished.
Now we can confirm it, right? Confirm it. Kurt Angle will get a title opportunity. It's Triple H versus Kurt Angle for the world title at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I just thought you have to, it's Royal Rumble.
Right. What's the show rating going to be? What was mine?
76,
I believe.
If I get that,
I think you might beat it. I do think you might beat it, honestly.
Okay, well, we'll find out. So fingers crossed.
Here we go. Oh my God! What a show! Wow. He's gone big this week with 2 big matches and they've pulled up pretty good stuff, but it's that 90 rated segment there from Kurt Angle and Van Dam that has really boosted this show so much.
But I think what I'm really happy is like nothing's really below like I don't think I did like
everything did either what you expected it to do or better, which is good, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, especially the women's segments that I thought, because I kind of did like a really big angle for them. In that kind of story, and I'm kind of happy they've got 50s and that, but I like the idea that if I keep doing what I'm doing here, they should in theory get better and better, right?
So that is 1-0 to Team Smackdown. I'll take the L, and we'll come back. I'll come back stronger next week. I mean, all right, he's won week 1. Fair play to him. It was tight, to be fair. I think he had obviously he had better matches. There's no doubt about that. When you throw in Eddie Guerrero and Chris Jericho in the same ring together, and you've got that tag main event, fair play, pretty good. We built up a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? We're trying to build to the future. We've got people establishing themselves with wins, not really having great matches, but establishing themselves with wins. I'm probably the more Raw booking right now, and he is the more SmackDown booking, which is interesting. It is the way it's going. I've got to bounce back next week, although I will say next week I've planned for a building show, so let's see what happens there. If you like the video, make sure you drop a like on it. If you're hashtag Team Raw, hashtag Team Raw in the comments below, hashtag Team SmackDown, do one. Get away, I don't care for that. Now make sure you are subscribed to the channel. This will be a Monday-Wednesday series, so Monday will be week 1, Wednesday week 2, obviously Monday odd weeks. You get the point. We're going to go through Monday, Wednesday, so we'll be back again Wednesday at 4:30, and then if you've caught up all week, you want to watch us live, we'll be live on Twitch. The Twitch is in the description below. This Thursday at 6:30 UK time, and we'll be doing it live. We're on the road to the Royal Rumble. I've got to bounce back. I am hurting after this. Until next time, peace.